Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just going to check. We still got a couple of minutes, or is the live in? Okay, welcome
Hello,
in.
welcome in, welcome in. As you're coming in, please let us know where you are watching from. And please do share this link
Okay.
with anyone that you know. And give this video a thumbs up so we can get it into the algorithm.
And we want you guys to make sure that you share with us what's your goals. So if you are joining this credit boot camp, we are good evening. Thank you for coming in. If you're joining this credit boot camp, what we're trying to do is to get a focus going because um, we're coming in this time of year. It's a weird time of year because a lot of people that I have found throughout the years, this holiday season's coming up. This is where their scores tank because this is where they get into debt. And then they're saying by the new year, I'm going to get this going. And this is trying to keep you guys focused. This is not the economy, and y'all know that, to get in debt because some of you might not can come out of it. Not that we're trying to wish bad things on us or on you, but we have to be real about our situation. And there's a lot of people, just let me say this and I'm gonna move on. They'll call anything fear mongering because they want to be delusional about their situation. I just did a video talking about bank accounts being shut down. Actually, Chase did shut down my bank accounts. If y'all not aware, if you're putting large deposits, be very careful. They're flagging them for fraud. And you need to, from now on, you guys, go in to make those deposits. If you're moving money or cash, even like some Zelle payments, depending on how big, some of these banks will shut you down. I had that twice this year with Chase and once with Bank of America. And people say, oh, you're fear mongering. No, telling you the truth is not fear mongering. If I came from down the street and I told you I got robbed down there, right? And that neighborhood has a string of robberies that's going on. And I'm telling you my personal experience, and you said, you fear mongering. That's a form of laziness because you want to be delusional about your situation. It's a form of laziness because that means I have to take action. So please don't be that way. Now is not the time. Y'all see people are losing jobs. You're seeing good jobs going out the door, federal jobs, Amazon jobs, and what I mean, they're cutting. Even with Amazon, DC just took a hit because it was like 2,000 jobs in DC and Amazon. And these are not just the casual lower tier workers, these are high income earners. So, what you're calling a good job, those are the ones that AI are coming from first. I want y'all to know that. I don't know if you've been, I'm 40 something and plus, but they ain't nobody business, but I'm 40 plus. And in cycles, wherever you want any kind of economic downturn, they go for upper management first. It's not the lower jobs. Initially, they'll let you guys push yourself out. They'll add more work and they're not hiring people back, but the top positions is where they're going first. So don't this year, you know, it's up to you, you guys. We're just doing this as prevention. And, what does it say? It says an ounce worth of prevention. Sometimes you don't want to always hustle backwards. You don't want to get yourself in the hole. A lot of people have a lot of debt, credit card debt already. If people don't know you love them, and you can't do secret Santa or that, if that's what it takes to show them love is to get in debt, then baby, maybe they're not loving you back. You know what I'm saying? You right now, you guys, food is high. You got people right now. You're talking about red or blue, neither is for you. Nobody up there, you got people that's depending on food stamps. It's a sad situation where this is not a regular time, and people want to talk about self accountability. Remember, you have rents that go up because of the pandemic by $300 to $600. That's not people being, irresponsible. People got sick during the pandemic, got medical bills. They're losing jobs. They can't pay their student loan debt. This is not like, oh, well, you need to take some accountability. They can't take accountability for everything going up but your paycheck. That how can you take accountability when you're being robbed? This is a different season. So what I want you guys to do, we want to challenge you. Focus. We want you to drop in the comment section. Please get a goal in these next 2 months. Before, what do you want to see for yourself? Yeah, you guys, tax season is coming up. So instead of waiting backwards and trying to rush it in January, new year, new me, the same old thing, why don't you prevent that? We know the holidays is coming up. Me and my Diamond was discussing about losing weight. If you know the holidays coming up, maybe you want to cut back on eating before Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? So if you get that, maybe if you guys want to reel in and be aware of what you're doing and your real goals before the new year, you can really launch off. So
Mhm.
let us know what your goals is, because we're going to tailor this boot camp around your goals. Credit is different now. I've been making videos, and I'm going to make a video actually getting rid of the credit bureaus. Sorry to say, y'all, it's going to be worse. It's going to be real bad. And I'll touch on that. Remember, with the credit bureaus, they can only see your spending that's reporting to your credit reports. What the banks are trying to do now, they know people got buy here, pay here, and they're working outside of the banking system. So now they want to connect to your bank accounts to see your spending. They want to see if you're a person taking medication. For instance, you have diabetes, sometimes that insulin can be very expensive. Them connecting to your bank accounts now can see your spending habits on how much you spend in groceries. And when they keep saying right size credit, oh, baby, they're going to look at all that's coming out right now on a credit application. You get some negative items off of your credit report, they don't know that debt is there anymore. It's gone. But if you are making some side deals where you're doing owner financing or something, they're looking for those payments coming out. They're looking for, if you're giving a child that's in college, giving them money every month. I was doing that. Them hooking up to your bank accounts, oh, they gonna count that a expensive gift against you. Me and my husband is going for some banking thing for a mortgage, and they are trying to get folks. How many dependents? Watch them, y'all. How many dependents y'all have? And we are a blended family. And then they like trip me up, and I'm like, what? Well, in my household, we only have one. Oh, on your taxes is two. Talking about my daughter in college, I'm like, oh, I ain't. Oh, and it's a dependent. Do he has a child that he's paying child support? Because a lot of y'all know, if your child support is not on your credit report, they don't know about that payment. Oh no, they're fishing for that payment now, y'all. Men, women, if you're paying child support, but it's not showing up in the system, oh, they want to connect to see that and count that against you as a debt. Clock it, clock it. So make sure moving forward, this is why we're trying to get y'all aware. If you have debts like that, try to separate where your money come in from your paycheck, and maybe move some money around to another account. If they move into with Plaid hooking up to your account, try to hide some of those expenses. Don't let that reoccurring payment come out every month because they're trying to clock you. Or if you got great groceries that you might don't, they're trying to pick up on your habits. And God forbid if they figured out, oh, this person has diabetes or this person have a certain ailment, they've been trying to do that, get your health information, because then they're going to judge how much of a risk is it to lend to you. Are you going to go up to the upper room to see Jesus before you pay off this loan? Are you going to be with the Father? Okay. Are you going to be up there? Because then you ain't going to pay us our money. Because what about this mortgage? I heard in heaven that there's mansions, but you ain't going to pay for this house down here if you make it up there. So they want to pull back. Don't get it twisted. This is going to really be control, y'all. So we want you to take advantage right now while you can of this system. So I want to give you some tools and some things that you can do now. Diamond, do you have anything to add? I'm sorry, I went on a little rant.
No, that's okay. The only thing I want to say, well, first of all, thank you everyone for joining in, and to let you know a little bit about the credit boot camp that we will be here every Saturday night, same time, for you guys to ask your questions. So please, as we are talking and going through this information, please do ask your questions in the chat, and then we will circle back to them. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, we're going to get on the topic tonight. Diamond, bring up the topic so everybody know what we are talking about. If you can bring it on back on the screen, because I know you put let them know. So when people come in, they can just catch on the topic that we're talking about. Now, the credit bureaus, I started to touch on that, how they're quietly changing the way that they're doing before with the credit scores before 2026. Now they're looking at cash flow. So one of the things that they want to do is hook up to your bank account and look at your cash flow. Be aware, you guys, some of you already have used Plaid, and Plaid has a risk credit score they're coming out with. Make sure if you use Plaid, y'all go and unhook from Plaid, because they're still getting your information. If you go and see, they're still connected to your accounts. Do not give them that data on your cash flow. Also, if you're a customer of Chase also was asking if you want larger credit lines. If you're a Chase Bank customer, a lot of y'all know they want you to hook up and they can give you more credit. Oh, on your spending habits, they ask to be connected to your accounts. Unconnect those people. They're now getting your data because they're trying to build a profile secretly against you. So, like I said, when it comes to the credit bureaus, if you can dispute certain things off of your credit report, you can move around the building. For instance, we had somebody in our group. He had a lot of things on his credit report negative across the board. But when it came down to his Equifax, in 2 months, he cleaned up his Equifax score. Let's say in 90 days, he might have went from a 592 to his Equifax to over a 742, where those things flew off. So in his case, he was able to go to Truist because Truist pull exclusively from Equifax, and he was able to get a credit card over there for $10,000, and he was able to get business credit, even though he still was disputing negative items on Equifax and TransUnion. It allows you to move around because if you clean up one bureau, you can start going to get lines of credit with banking institutions that pull exclusively from that one bureau. But if they connect to your bank accounts, Then they're going to see everything that's going on. So make sure, you guys, that if you have a particular goal, now is the time to start forecasting. Try to use this business credit. And I know a lot of things, you guys, you want to work with a lot of your local banks. A lot of the big banks right now are making a lot of changes. Okay. And they have big clients. So they might not necessarily need your business. They're trying, because they have so many clients, they're trying to roll back their risk because they're in a lot of areas. Going to your community banks and regional banks is the way that you need to go, because they need your business. So you want to find out whatever your goal is, if it's buying a home, if it's buying land, okay? Because some banks locally, depending on where you are, here in Texas, you have certain banks that give land loans because it's a lot of farmers in the area and they have farm credit. You might not find that much in New Jersey because the majority, you have certain pockets they still farm, but you're not going to see it in abundance. So depending on what your goal is, then you want to deal with local banks that's going to achieve what you're going for. So you want to start building those relationships with that bank, those banks. Now, if you can open up a bank account, throw $100 over there, try to start building a relationship while you're cleaning up your credit. Now is the time, because most banks are going to go in 90-day cycles. Okay. So if you want to go for, and you're saying, Sherry, I want to buy a home, start to look at your market. Start to, now is a good time if you want to be a buyer. It is a buyer's market. But what you want to also look for is local banks. They might even have grants and incentive programs where they're helping you even towards your closing costs. So start lining this stuff up now, building relationships with those banking institutions so you can set yourself up for when everything is cleared up, or while you're disputing your credit reports. A lot with the elite credit system, that's what we do. As you dispute, we're going to look at, or with me in the group, we look at, hey, I had someone today, um we're going to look at which is your strongest score. And then she needed some credit lines, a list of here's where you need to go. And this is going to be your best options. For her, it was TransUnion. So you want to continue to make sure that even though you're working on your credit report, you're still having hope, having faith. Don't give up. Keep those bills paid, because you never know, your situation can change. And just don't give up on everything. So make sure that you're constantly right now staying focused. Try to reel in that debt, and see also if you can work together. Work, now is not the time to be divided. If you have a spouse, see if you guys can align up, work on both of your credit reports, because income is going to be really important, debt to income. So you might need to add you guys on a loan together. And you want to make sure, if you have a parent who got some money, maybe you need, if you're trustworthy, that parent can add you on that bank account. If you're trying to buy a home, and if they have a large amount of savings, so when you're ready, banks are going to want to see 90 days worth of tax on bank statements. They're going to want to see that down payment already there. So if you have a parent that can throw you on that bank account, that's your season account. So you want right now to try to work together, and maybe think about generational homesteads. Me and my husband recently this month bought 5.5 acres of land. My whole thing and vision, hey, if somebody, my kids, his kids need to build later on down the line, you can now allow them, or give them 25 a small part of that, acre and be able for them to go ahead and leverage that at the bank. So you want to start, even if not, if they want to build a tiny home out there, you can have your children now can live rent free, and then they can save on their debt. So Diamond, come up and let's see if we have any questions. And we're going to answer the questions of everybody.
Yes. So someone said, Vanessa said, I have a collection that showed up on my credit report. I'm guessing the question would be, how does she proceed with this, especially with the changes happening in this upcoming year?
Vanessa, if you can tell me the type of collection, because you guys, you have medical collections, student loan collections, and consumer collections. Depending on the type of collection, it's going to be a different action. When it comes down to the student loans, unfortunately, with the federal government, the way they have put that in Congress, that was way back in 2005. They have locked you guys in to that debt. It's you can even file for bankruptcy for IRS debt, not that student loan debt. So in those cases, if it's a collection, you need to contact the servicer and try to work around. If it's a medical debt, depending on what the medical debt, the amount, now medical debts over that $500 mark can now report on your credit report with the overturn. All of these collections, you want to send a debt validation letter to have that third party prove they have a legal right to collect on your debt. So you want to start there, sending it certified mail to them. Do not sign the letter. Be very careful. They can take your signature and put it on a contract, but they have to prove they have a legal right to collect on a debt. We all have bills. You have a light bill right now, but I cannot show up to your house holding your light bill and telling you to pay me. I have to prove I have a legal right to collect on that debt. And when you send that debt validation letter to that company, check your credit reports in that 30-day time frame, because they're supposed to put a note that this is in dispute, and many times they don't. So at the end of that 30 days, then you dispute with the credit bureaus and let them know they never put on your credit report that account was in dispute, and they never replied back to me. They don't never reply back with certified mail. So I ain't never got it. They ain't never get it. They ain't never respond to me. So send them a copy of that green certified. Go to the UPS website, print out that it was delivered to them, send that to the credit bureaus and tell them delete, delete, delete.
So we had a question from Mr. Allen. He said, I want to delete a lot of information on LexisNexis. Which route should I go?
You can just go online and get that information from them. You can get your report directly from them, and you can dispute with them just like the credit bureaus. They're what you call a CRA too. So they're a credit reporting agency. So they must follow the rules of the FCRA. So you would just write them dispute letters like you would the credit bureaus. And I always would send it certified mail. They have 30 days to respond.
Then we have a question from Black Rain. When accounts are charged off for 4 years, should you pay it off?
I need a little details on that. Number one, who has that account? What's the statute of limitations in your state? Because you paying that account can't open you up for a lawsuit and just saying something, because some things are past the your statutory law for them to sue you. So you want to be careful what type of account it is, and if it's a collection along with that. Because if it's a charge off, you got to give me a little details on what is it, just a charge off or is it a collection? And if it's a charge off, is it still with the original creditor? That's a question you need to ask. And is it a zero balance? on that, because if it's still stating the balance, that means the creditor most of the time still have that. But just word to the wise, if it's a charge off, you guys need to go to the IRS website and get your transcripts. It'll show you if they did a 1099-C, where you can get a copy of that. And if they discharged that and gave you the tax liability, then they wiped away the debt. So you can dispute with that, that I don't own anything. They discharged the debt. So hopefully that helps.
So we have, oh, sorry.
Miss Black, I just answered your question. So even with the zero balance, I'll take those steps I just gave. Get your IRS transcripts, and I know you're saying it's zero balance, but I'm thinking you mean that's a charge off, because usually a collection wouldn't have a zero balance, but it's probably a charge off. But if it have a zero balance, you can't you can't pay them. I'll go to the IRS and get my transcripts to see if they discharge that debt.
We had a question that says, "Hi, my student loan was sold to another company a couple of times. I'm current on it, but is it possible to dispute it if I still owe it?"
What's wrong with it? Is it late payments? What are you disputing? Because if it's on time, then if you were never late, it's good payment history. It's nothing to dispute. Yeah, so you just got to give me some details. What are you trying to dispute? Was it late? Was it late payments? What are you trying to dispute on the account? What's wrong with it? If it's if it's nothing wrong with it, you don't want to dispute it. You want the good payment history. I seen in our group a lot when student loan payments was being shifted around from Mahalia, and they were Nelnet, and they were doing that. A lot of people during that shift around, their credit scores dropped, and we had to go through it on some bureaus and some not, because they weren't adding back on the payment, the prior payment history. So some of you guys, if you got a lot of bad accounts on there and you got a lot of good payments from your student loan accounts, the last thing you want to do, if you don't have no positive accounts, is to remove that history or remove that off, because that could be helping your credit profile. And if it was all on time payments, you don't want to remove that at all. You don't want to throw the baby away with the bathwater. And Miss Murray, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, Miss Murray. Miss Murray, email me, because Diamond dropped the email. And let me know. Let me know what you want, Miss Murray. You always, on either channel that we go on, you always are supporting the lives. So I want to give you something back. Thank you so much, Miss Murray. We really appreciate you. Thank you. She
Thank you.
always support. Thank
Yeah.
you, Miss Murray.
We had a question. I was in a car accident. The insurance company said the lien holder, but it's still on my credit. What is the steps to show proof that the vehicle is paid off? I already disputed it and it's been a year.
It was an accident. The insurance company paid it. What is it saying on your credit? Is it saying it's a balance on it? So if you guys give me some details, because understand, because if something is on your credit but it was paid off and it's closed and it's nothing negative with that account, it's positive, you don't want to remove it. And I know a lot of people, sometimes, not seeing you, they don't understand, that principle, that all closed counts are not bad accounts. So let me know, is there anything wrong with that account? Do it have late payments? Or is it just a closed out account and you just still see it on your credit report? Let me know, and then I can give you a little more detail.
So Black Rain, we do see your question. I'm going to circle back to you in just a second. We had another question. I am in need of help with income-driven payment plan with my student loans, and I need help with the next step because I am on disability now.
You know what? Okay, email me. There's just been a change. I mean, just the other day, and I'm gonna make a video on that. A judge just ruled about, because they were trying to get rid of some of those income driven payment programs. So let me look into the new change to the programs, because what they were trying to do with those programs, if you paid for a certain number of years, and it was equaling up to 10 years, if you were working in a particular industry that was qualified for you to get that student loan forgiveness, then you can get the rest of that balance. If it was 12 months, not 12 months, but 10 years, you could get the rest of that balance forgiven. But I know with the Trump administration, they made some changes to those programs. It was some back and forth with the Department of Education. They just ruled. So I will get you that information. So use the email, and I'll look into that, because I was supposed to do a video on that this week. So I'll find out what the judge ruling is. They just ruled on that clarification on that.
So we have a question from Covered Girl. She said, "Hi, ladies. Can I get my first year discharged bankruptcy removed ASAP to scale other excellent credit rebuilding efforts?"
Yes, you can dispute your discharge bankruptcy. First, you want to start to deal with the public reporting, the public and accounts reporting, and remove that. And then any of those accounts that was wrapped up in that bankruptcy, then you want to start to attack those. So yeah, if you need help, we can help you at the Elite Credit System. But everybody's situation is a little different, because it depends on what they charged off, and how long it can report, whether you did chapter 7 or chapter 13. So if we can get some details that or look at the accounts and how they're reporting, that would be we can get more down to a resolution to it.
Mm-hmm. She asked, "Is it possible to do that before 2026?"
It could be. What we've been seeing, Equifax is really fast. It's faster. Nothing is guaranteed at all. So with these things, y'all, I want y'all to be realistic. And what I mean realistic, to expect the more negative items you have. If you have one negative account, say a charge off, and it's reporting across all three, that's not one negative account. It's actually three negative accounts, and they all don't come off at the same time. You might see one come off of Equifax, and then later on one come off TransUnion. So what you want to do, and what we see a lot, Equifax, with that removing that public record, we seen some headway within the first month or two to get that off. They would get those off. Then you want to attack the rest of them. Your charge-offs rolled up in it, because it's not just the bankruptcy itself. Then you got to get those items that's notated on your credit report that's saying discharge through bankruptcy. So depending on how many or whatever you had that you was discharging, then you gotta times that by 3. So if it was a couple of, then so the way you want to think about it is, let's clear up a bureau as fast as possible and leverage that one while you still working on the other ones. So that's the way you want to say it. But to say, oh, I'm going to get everything off in one dispute, that's clearly not, is not likely. If you got a ton, if you got more than 3 accounts, that most likely is not going to happen unless it's some identity theft or some other circumstances. If it's a debt that occurred, you're probably going to be more likely to get it off of one bureau faster than the others. And then what y'all have to understand, it's about strategy. Let me say it again. It's about strategy. A lot of these people on here talking about credit is fully giving you a bunch of garbage. If they're not telling you what I'm telling you, oh, we can get all of that off. Not true. It ain't gonna work like that. Oh, I got it all off. Ain't gonna work like that. Okay. If you got maybe two or three collections, then all right, you that's possible, or some hard inquiries. But if you really got a lot, like we talking about like 5 accounts, 6 accounts, don't think all across the board are your accounts on one or two disputes is going to just come off. You might get one bureau really moving it off. Then you need to leverage what you got. What I got clear. A lot of people always, well, I wanted it all. Listen, let's be real here. You better work your advantage. That's the problem with a lot of people. They don't like strategize. They'll get caught up in the negative instead of saying, well, you know what? I just got rid of some debt. I know I owed that $500. So let me go on and get this over here cleared up. And then what we do is get you credit cards and start building off of that one that we got cleared up. Like I gave the gentleman that's still in our group who did that. And that's another thing. When I want to think, how many people, Diamond, are you here? What our numbers with the elite credit system? I'll use Lawrence because he Lawrence has been with us from the beginning. And how long we've been doing this? Like 3 going on 4 years?
3 years, 3.5, something like that.
3.5. That man's stuff been cleaned off in the first, I'm gonna say 90 days. And he got big credit lines. I'm talking about personal credit lines.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went into business credit. Then he got his own van for his business. When you come to the elite credit system, I'm not bragging, but let me tell you, our people that's there, they stay there because it's the value of the information. You can't always, you don't want to be the mindset stepping over dollars to pick up pennies.
Mm-hmm.
What you get when we sit down, you're going to get life progression. So it's not that just people that, oh, no, the value of even after you clean up your credit to get the information that you need, because it's beyond just strategy. It's people, and let me drop it like this, it's people in our group that was able to get land without the banks. Let me say it again. A lot of y'all chasing the banks, but you need to chase strategy. Let me say it one more time, because some things we're not going to say out here, because I tell you, I ain't. Let me tell you why. If I give everything away for free and I tell you all the game up front, the banks are watching us too. You do know that. And when everybody come in and they get this information, it close up loopholes that people were working. And you giving information to people who's not even willing to pay to better their lives themselves. So when they get the information, that a lot of them been defaulting because it cost them nothing. It cost to get it. So then they burn it down, and they burn it down for everybody. So people would tell you, different influencers will tell you right now, yo, in a couple of, you drop a video, some of those banks got inundated, and a lot of people was getting cars because some information got put out here, and folks was getting cars, 4 cars at one time, and didn't make one dang on payment on it. And guess what? Certain big corporations start looking for, how is that? The bank starts saying, how is this going on? What's going on? And guess where it came back to? Some folks on YouTube. And guess who you think start getting involved? The federales. A lot of people start, listen, child, you ain't going to catch me. What's that girl say? I'm too pretty to go to jail. I can't. I'm too old and too pretty to be in jail behind some folks. Just no, because a lot of this stuff, folks are burning it down. And this is making it harder because people do certain things. It's not that it shouldn't be told, but what is it like me giving my 4-year-old a brand new car? She's not even at the stage in life or the capacity mentally in order to handle that. A lot of people are not in the mental capacity. If you think paying a little money to get, let's say $39.99 is what the thing for 1 month. If you, and this would be getting me, people with you, oh, I disputed. I got 4 items removed. Baby, you paid $39.99. Wasn't just the one collection like $500? Are you do I gotta explain to you the value? If I gotta explain that, I need you to go. And Diamond will tell you, and my group will tell you. It'll be people, bye, we're refunding your money. Bye. Because mindsets like that is dangerous. I played basketball. Let you know your girl here is 5'10", Layla Ali height, 5'11". And guess what our coach would tell us? Bye. Because we ain't trying to get everybody on the team. So if you don't want to do the work, we don't need you here. That's what I am. I'm a coach. We're not looking for everybody. I'm not. Because certain people are not. Here's my thing. And just to be transparent, we're invested. I am. Diamond is too. A lot of y'all don't understand about this game. I'm invested in your success. It's like, that's why people understand I'm passionate. I want you to win. I want you to win. If you win, then that makes me win, because then people say, hey, she really did. We get real testimonies, this, that. And so that come back to me. Why would I want a bunch of people that ain't doing the work, they getting the value, they don't respect it, and then because they have a victim mindset, they're going to blame you even though they were winning? You get what I'm saying? Then it's because in their mindset and they don't know value, then they mess up my brand. Newsflash, y'all, the money ain't the credit. Should I tell them, Diamond? The money is in the brand deals. Let me say it again. Stephen Curry got a what is it, $1 billion deal partnership with Under Armour with them Curry's joint, more than his salary. Where you think LeBron make his money? First of all, ask your babies, ask your children. Most of your children ain't never see Michael Jordan dribble a ball. They just know I'm off the brand deal, which is the Air Jordans. Okay, they ain't never see Jordan play. They ain't never see Jordan against the Knicks, the Bulls. They ain't never seen him go back and forth with a Reggie Miller. Okay, but they know him by the brand deals. Okay, so everything ain't for everybody. If people ain't ready to work, I don't want them around me, because it's just a waste of time. So a lot of times what the market that we are looking for, if you're looking for us to dispute for you, this ain't it. We're transparent. We actually discourage you. We're for the people that been through credit repair, it didn't work, and we're teaching you the game, because at the end of the day, y'all, if you don't take care of your credit, it's not to blame the company that disputed for you. All they do is dispute, but they don't manage whether you pay your credit card on time, whether you max that credit card out. Those habits are totally dictated by you. And so with the coaching and what we do, we focus on a mindset change. And what we're trying to do, it's a community, okay? Because we understand some of everybody don't have the benefit of having a community around you. We understand that some things and some ideas, it does take time. We don't say that you have to stay there for that. Baby, come in for a month, get what you need to get, and then move on. You see what I mean? If you feel that, if you don't feel the value there. I never begged a man to stay with me. I damn sure ain't gonna beg. I damn sure ain't gonna beg for nobody to stay. You get what I'm saying? You could just go on. If the value is not there for you, you listen, I ain't wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
And I sure ain't gonna let you waste mine. Let's be clear. Because at the end of the day, y'all, I have to be like really passionate at this moment in time. If you guys are not uncomfortable with the fact that these people have no heart about tying up people SNAP benefits, y'all been to the grocery store. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
see how, Diamond, you see how, because you got me back. You shopping at HEB, child. You
I'm an Audis girl.
and I had to get this one. Oh, Lord, you right. I said, child, I'm not eating beef right now. I said, ground beef. What is this? Ground beef, $15?
Mm-hmm.
Steak.
Mm-hmm.
A pack. I told mom, said she paid $20 for cube steak. I said, was that the family pack? She said, no. All y'all that know cube steak, women, ladies, y'all know that men, that was our cheap meal back in the day. If somebody saying Groupon,
Yeah.
Miss Murphy saying Groupon, that is true.
They was just showing a box of cereal, $9.49 for a box of cereal.
Cereal is y'all eggs. This is crazy. And they saying food stamps, and there's people around here. Oh, I'm glad. Hold on, you hating on people who trying to make it, but you ain't hating on them folks. I bet you them butts sitting in them chairs ain't none of their family gonna go hungry. How you letting them divide you against people out here trying to make it? And I'm not saying I'm for people sitting on their behind. Don't get it twisted. But come on, y'all. At this point, they got y'all mad at the wrong people. They got you mad at the wrong people. They're distracting you that you be mad at one another so you don't work together. Stop worrying about if somebody a Democrat or especially not in your family, child. You fighting over somebody behind Kamala or Trump against people that raised you, cousins that slept in the bed with you, and y'all all played together. Make it make sense. You need to work with your family more than ever. And they're not caring about you eating. That's why I bought the land. I'm going to grow my own food. I can't do it. I just can't sleep at night. I'm like, wow. So what about my kids? I'm about to do a homestead. I'm doing a homestead. Do I know anything about? No, I'm from Jersey. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I'm from the Newark, New Jersey, Grove Street. Grove Street, y'all. No, by way of the suburbs. No, I don't know nothing about it, but I'm going to figure it out. Figure it out because they're leaving you no choice to figure it out. Who's comfortable with that? I want y'all just to grasp the Great Depression was not as bad as it could have been because the majority of Americans grew their own food. Even if you can't, you guys start learning, go on this YouTube and learn how to either grow in pots or something in the ground. There's no way how cold-hearted both sides are. I don't care. They're getting their dang on paychecks. While you got people, TSA people working out here, military people, the flight, the air, what was the tower people, the flight. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to disrespect y'all, but
Air tower control, yeah.
the tower control people
Mm-hmm.
that can't, and they got to show up to work, and these people is up there playing in people's face, and ain't none of them. And somebody said, save y'all seeds, please. And some of them, they not got slick, y'all. That fruit with no seeds, don't buy that. And now you need to go on YouTube and start looking. Some of these blended, you can't regrow those seeds. You cannot. They it's some seeds they try to, you gotta watch it, y'all. Even some of the fruit that you buying, they're setting it up where they're blending it that you can't even take that seed yourself and regrow it. So chickens, getting some chickens to get your own eggs. Air traffic, thank you, air traffic
Control.
controller. Yeah, so these are people that is suffering for inflation. They need gas to get to work. And then you got people, and somebody said, yes, it's GMO. Um, you got people that are cheering for somebody else. Oh, good. What? What? I know you're frustrated. I get it. Like, because you feel like I work. Yeah, I was a working person. I had my own, my children, single mom. I get it. It looked like sometimes that other people get everything. But at the same time, in this situation, I just can't see myself rejoicing that somebody else might not can eat in this environment. And I can't see myself right now not worried about my own family because all of them are worried about theirs. They're not worried. They're good with theirs. They're getting everything, red or blue, either side, name them. They're making sure their kids get. Okay, because Bill and Hillary is lining up Chelsea. Okay, and Chelsea children, them kids. Joe made sure his son was good. Trump darn sure making him, Jared good, all of them good, buying them some crypto meme coins. They doing all kinds of stuff to make sure their kids not going to work again, but they'll get your family fighting while they're building theirs. It's not about what's going on in that White House, y'all. It's more about what's going on in your house. And what we did, the what and what you said, the don't get it out the mud challenge. Okay, stop getting it out the mud. Stop this individual mindset. I don't care what y'all say. You got a good job. Oh, I got a good job. I'm self-made. No, you're not. Because at that job, you're working in community. That's what a business is. Okay, you got other places or people working in that corporation, which you have a position in that corporation. So you're essentially working in community, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. Our light bills are all a little bit cheaper. It's expensive, but it would be way more expensive without other people paying into it. The service would be way higher for you. So whether you want to acknowledge it or not, nobody in the United States is working by themselves. I'm just saying, whether you not. So why don't you be intentional about your plans? Don't wait till it's too late with your family. Matter of fact, have your family to join this live. I know sometimes people like in my family won't listen to me, but they would dang on sure listen to somebody else, and it will piss me off because I just said that to you. But you know what that person said? I said that to you yesterday. That's just how people do sometimes. But don't let that frustrate you because, baby, as Jesus said, as in the days of Noah, they will be what, given in marriage and marriage, and then boom, destruction will come. Child, build y'all an ark. Noah wasn't soliciting people opinion. Okay. He just had a blueprint and probably stood out there by himself telling folks it's gonna rain and they ain't never seen no rain. If y'all don't see, uh it's a flood coming, child. It's a mess out here. Do not get caught up. And sometimes don't feel bad because nobody worked with you. I hear a lot of people, but nobody want to work with me. Maybe it's God giving you to be the forerunner of the situation. And if you don't get started, your family might not have a place to land. So, for instance, Diamond and all of them came to Texas after me. Oh, you came like 6 months after me, but you really wasn't originally wanting to, but me being down here first, it gave her an opportunity to come and see and find a place to land. where she didn't have to stay in a hotel room if she didn't choose. You have a place to stay, and then so sometimes you have to be the person for the place to land, so everybody will come along, or at least then that give them more security to come and see what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So be the starter, you guys. Even with your credit, clean up your credit. Be the starter. I know it's hard. It's like you can even have a spouse that don't want to work with you the way you want to, but if you clean up your credit, Diamond, I made her an authorized user on my credit when my credit was cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? So then your kids can piggyback off of you. And Diamond to tell you, I piggyback off of her. We piggyback off my father. And it'll be, oh, you not working. No, I work in common sense. Okay.
Mhm.
And that's how we work as a family. We're gonna work it. Matter of fact, my brother Mike that come on there, my sister-in-law, I'm on one of her credit cards right now. Right now. Let my youngest daughter get a credit card. I think she got one. I'm about to get on that too. Okay. If you got some good payment history, you see what I'm saying? Stop looking. Oh, I'm trying to get it by myself. That's foolish. That's foolish. Y'all might have to go back to the little house on the prairie days. Work together. Buy some land with your family together. Some of your grandparents got land. Y'all don't sit up there and let them lose the land. Don't sit up there. Some of y'all grandparents got a home. Help grandma, help them pay for that. Don't lose it. Don't be selfish, cuz I'm telling you, when they go, you it's somebody we know. Remember, I was trying to convince this person, hey, I know you don't want to be here. Well, how about you help this person save their house? It was a parent. Nah, I don't want to be here. And guess what? When it went a couple of years later, they was paying rent. Then they said, is it too late for me to go back? It'd be too late. You know what I'm saying? You have to seize the moment, in the moment. Sometimes it's hard. You don't have it. Do we ever feel like we got it? No. It's always going to be expensive at that time. And then later on, you like look back, I sure should have did that then. Sometimes the initial is always a sacrifice. And then you'd be like, if I would have did, shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I would have did that then, I'm telling you, I could have been. Now is the time. If you got life, breath, and strength. What they always say, when is the best time to plant a tree? 3 years ago. It's gonna always be that. You know what I'm saying? But you can plant a tree, as that song, for your tomorrow. Plant a tree to clean the air. Do it now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do it now. And somebody said, what if you don't
You don't
have
have
a
that.
family? Well, listen, you may have people that is around you and that is like family. There are some people, to be honest, that I don't want to be negative. Some people that are more family to you than your family. There's people who fathers never was in their life, but a stepfather come in, like Shaq. His father treated him better than his real dad. And sometimes, unfortunately, our natural family is not it, but Jesus didn't have his family supporting him neither. He
Hmm.
said, who is my mother, who is my brother, but them that did the will of the Lord. God is going to always have somebody that you're divinely connected with. Jesus' father wasn't around him. Joseph was his father. And you know what? He treated him better than than sometimes your own natural family. So if you don't, Black Rain, I encourage you to get into groups. If you don't, find like-minded people. Or even if you don't have that yet, get into networking with people that's going into a direction the more you can, because then you will line up with people. How I started talking about credit was my friend Michelle. I might have told y'all this. I was wholesaling because I just knew about credit from investing in real estate and buying real estate properties. I thought everybody kind of knew it. And she was a real estate agent And what, Diamond, I met Michelle at this deal. Like, we were wholesaling. She had the deal, and I just met her like I think on a Craigslist ad or something. It was crazy. I forgot how we met her, or it was some kind of way. I even forgot. So I met her at the property, and we started talking, and me and her clicked like that. And we were friends. That's how I learned about the inspections. That's how Manny, if y'all haven't seen, we had Manny on. That's how I met Manny. And I still talk to him. All of that was through them. And I'm sometimes I can talk to certain people like Manny about business than my own friends I grew up with. Because y'all, it's relationships, is different levels for relationships, or different, God bring different people for different assignments in your life, and even different seasons. So your friend from childhood might not be that business friend, but you can meet somebody tomorrow. Like me and Michelle, it was like we was cool instantly, and we would hang out instantly like I never knew her. Like I knew her the whole time. So gotta bring you those people. Just pray about it and always continue to go into what's good, and he'll bring what's good to you. Okay, so just continue to be not weary and well doing, because in due season it will come to pass if you faint not, meaning if you don't give up. So you'll be aligned to the right people. So thank you for that, because I think somebody else um need that. And you say, yeah, I just moved here. Diamond, can you give her some information, because you have connected to some people here? Give her which, because you moved in the area, and what you've been doing, and you have good friend groups.
Just, well, I started off by going on social media, so Facebook, by joining different Facebook groups and going to meetups. And I think the best thing really is too, and this is some advice I had got from some mentors that I have, is that you can, number one, you have to show up. But sometimes I'll show up and not be connected, but I'll be like, well, I showed up and I was here, but you have to talk to people, try to connect, find one person at a time to, like, hi, my name is someone so, and try to connect with them. And a good piece of advice that I got was that look at people that are doing the things that you want to do and introduce yourself to them. Try to make a connection to them, and surround yourself around people that are going in the places that you want to go in, or that are already there. And don't try to simply hang around people that aren't challenging you to go forward. So that would be my advice. Is if you, for example, I joined a run club, which has become like really popular over the last year or so. I wanted to get healthier, so I'll go around people that are doing something that's more healthy, and just putting yourself in that environment, whether it's church, whatever. Find a community, and you make a lot of connections in that way, and a lot of networking that way.
And that was awesome advice. And that's how I met Michelle. Like I said, we both were in wholesaling, and so we connected instantly. So like she said, find people going in the direction that you want to go in. If you want to build credit and know about credit, that's why we have this community. Even if you don't, we're not asking you to join the elite credit system, but connect with people that's going in that direction and that's talking about credit. Okay, because then what's the saying? Iron sharpens iron. Corrupt conversation distort good habits. Don't look at certain things too. So one thing, when I got married, or when I was looking for a husband, don't look at love and hip hop, bad relationships. Don't, no, I'm dead serious. Like, have that idea. Like, if you want a relationship, do not look at messy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because everything will look like that, and it will come to you. That drama, you'll pick up that mindset. So you want to look at positive relationships and positive visibilities. You know what I'm saying? So try to go in that. It's like if you're on a diet, you don't want to sit around you want to watch workout videos or something, because it puts your mind in that way. And you never know, just being in the room, you can get some information that inspires you. Okay, some inspire you. So I'll give an example. I was like, I'm looking into homesteading groups, and it was like people that I find out raising rabbits to sell rabbit poop. If anybody in the gardening, rabbit poop is really good fertilizer. And there's people that all they do is package up rabbit poop and sell bags of rabbit poop for $7 a bag. And do you know that is farming? And I used to have a rabbit, and my God, one rabbit can poop his behind. A rabbit can poop. So it might sound crazy, but it's a gold mine. And I was like, wow, I never knew that. I never thought about that. And so that woman's story, that she don't even have a farm, she raised rabbits in the back of her house. And Uncle Mike said his house, the lady they bought from, they raise quails in their garage and sold quail eggs. So your idea of what you can do, just being in the mix of something, you can come across some knowledge you never just, or somebody can inspire you like, I never thought it that way. And that's why it's always good to be in a group, because sometimes you only have your perspective and somebody else have a different gift. And so when they talk about, you like, yo, I never thought about that before. So just keep those things in mind. We hope that helped, because we're not just, credit is not just about a number, it's about a mindset. Let me say it again. Credit is not about a number, it's about a mindset. And stop thinking, you guys, you need money. I said it, but Diamond reinforced it with something. I say it all the time. You don't need money, you guys. You need a good idea. That's it. You don't need money. You are one idea. I don't know if Diamond will let me. Yes, she already put it out. So I could tell your business. She showed on her channel, one video made her $30,000. One good idea on YouTube, which is free. One good idea made her $30,000. One video. One video. And she showed you that. Cost you nothing. All you guys need to do is get a good idea. That's it. Money, I keep telling you this. Y'all think this is power. It's just a medium of exchange. That's why I said it's really a false system. What you want to do, you guys, you need to be a producer. Produce something. It's not about working. The way that they're printing this, anytime the Fed lower interest rates, they're robbing you of your work value. Now is not the working age. You guys, AI are taking over your positions like never before. You want to be a producer of something. Me and Diamond, our business is producing content. We produce content, believe it or not, informational content. We're producers. So I want to produce some kind of produce. Now the name of the game, you guys, is production. I'm a landlord. I produce housing 20 years ago, and that pains me because the rate of inflation, please hear me, you guys. You want to clean up your credit because you can't save for a house right now. It's $418,000. You can't work. Y'all know that. I can't work on 50,000 a year, 60,000 a year, and like I'm supposed to save for it. No, that's not going to happen. You notice now they don't even tell you. They keep just saying middle class. Well, what is the middle class? It used to be in the 2000s, like 50 a year, 60 a year is middle class. You notice they don't even say a number no more because they know dang on well. I had to look up what is upper middle class. Now they say the upper class, high earners. I had to look it up. I said, what is a high earner? Can y'all give me a number? A high earner is 150,000 a year. Like what? And they swear these people are keeping the economy going. How many people y'all know around y'all just making a whole 150? Hey, I make 150 a year. Like who doing that? And this is why Vegas now is empty, because they wanted to these elusive high earners. Disney World is empty and Great Adventures is going out of business because they left the middle market class. They want the high class. And somebody say, yeah, not many. I haven't met a person. I probably do. I know people, but it ain't. It's about like I know some folk that make it, but it ain't every day that a person just telling you, yeah, I make 150 a year. Like what? You make 150 a year? And I'm not lying. I'm not far from 150 a year, and I don't feel like I'm making 150 a year. I promise you, I don't feel like what? I got my taxes done. Like, who made that? You? Like what? Where? When did I make this kind of money? Because you're gonna owe the IRS a good 40 G's. You're going like, my God. And you owe them a whole salary. So think about it. Your money, they just playing in your face. All of that to say, them folk playing in your face because let you sit up there and make 150 a year. You owe them about 50,000 of that 150 with some interest if you wasn't making that payment. Okay. And they want their money. Don't they gonna take it by force if you don't go and get you a little payment plan going to them folk. Okay. So I just say that I will land my plane, y'all. Work together. Work together. It's hard. They're looking at that debt to income heavy. So try to work with your people as much as you can. All right, Diamond. I see a couple more questions. We'll answer it, and we'll thank you guys for joining us. And I'm
Yes.
going to let you go.
I just want to go ahead and answer some of Black Rain's questions. So I know you put a few questions in here. I'm trying to gather your consensus of a question. So 2 credit cards, one payday loan collection charge off, 4 years old. Should I pay it off or focus on trying to build the credit through items like self-card, kickoff, and rent reporting?
You can do both. Dispute the payday loan collection, and I will find lines of credit to build at the same time. If you need help, like I said, if I can personally see it, we can strategize. If you're going to do it on your own, you can go to our website and diamond drop that with the packages.
Yes. I'm going to get you guys the bit. So we have the DIY bundle, which is again something that you'll be doing if you want to be more on your own. But if you want that community, you want more hands-on help, you want more strategizing, then the Elite Credit System will be for you. We'll drop all the links in a moment. I just want to get to you guys' question. Someone else asked about a stash account. Should I get rid of my stash account? They were asking.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Diamond, you know what stash? Is that a particular online?
If you can clarify what that is. To me, stash is investing, but it didn't seem like that's what you were talking about. But please clarify for us if you knew, Mom. I thought that you might have known. But the stash I know is an investing platform, but I'm not sure if that's what you were referring to.
No, you probably, if with these interest rates, if you got some kind of high yield um checking a savings account is good. So you're just not giving away, letting them use your money. And if you have an investment account, I would say do keep it. But if you're saying I'm just hiding money under my bed, it's nothing wrong with that. Like having a stash, like I'm stashing some money away, but you want your money to work for you is what we're saying. That's the best avenue if you can.
Uh-huh. Now I filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which was charged off in August 2018. The accounts that were included have all been closed and are no longer reporting. She had a couple follow-ups, but I believe the last question was basically, would it be advisable to try having the bankruptcy removed from my report at this stage?
Definitely, you should. You should have been trying to attack that. Get that off because it just stopped you a lot in business. If you want to move on, not so much with the personal side, it's older, but There is some certain jobs, certain positions that, even licenses depends, like real estate, it depends in certain states. So yes, I would clear that up.
Okay, thank you, Miss Fleming, for that question. We have from a man, I paid off a credit card debt of $52,000 today, 13 credit cards, and want to close a few accounts because of high interest. I don't plan on buying anything major within 5 years. How can that affect me negatively in the meantime?
You don't want to lose lines of credit. I would just put a little Netflix account on those credit card lines, because you'll mess up your age of credit and utilization. Age of credit is 15% of your credit score, and utilization is 30%. Payment history is 35. Utilization is just 5% off. Is it make up 30? So I wouldn't close those accounts out. I would just discontinue once I pay them off for using them. If it has an annual fee, what I'll try to see if I can do a product change, because some companies will let you change that card to a different product without an annual fee. So that's what I would do.
Give me one. I had a question. Is it better to just pay your collections off, even though they are supposed to drop off in 2026? I have like three of them, and I am at a 661, but my goal is 700.
No, I would not pay them off. I would dispute them, because if you pay them, they'll report it for another 7 years. So no, I would not pay them. I would go after disputing them. And if your credit score is 661, I'll look at my utilization, or if I can see it some other factors. Just make sure nothing is dinging you late every month. And collections is not supposed to do that, because it's a collection. So
Well, as will have approached our hour mark, I do want to let you guys know. I know we had a plenty of questions still left, but I would like you guys to come back next Saturday, because you can ask your questions again, or any other questions that you may have. Someone did ask when we will be on again. So we are doing our credit boot camp, meaning for this month from November 1st till December 1st. We are showing up here on live every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, in the elite credit system, you will have something similar to this, but it's more of a mastermind, but that is ongoing every Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you would like to join. And that way it's a smaller group, and you'll be able to get your questions answered, and an actual strategized, customized plan with Sherry here every Saturday if you become an elite credit system member. So I'm going to leave the link for
and
that.
and just to let y'all know the way that work, I can actually see your credit, and it's listed everything, so you can get way more personalized, and we can strategize for you, tailor made. Like I said, one of our she's been in there for years too. She one of her scores, she's at over 700, but just wanting to know the better credit lines to get. So sent her a list of her highest score. Hey, this is the best for you. This. I list that you go for this one first. Try this soft pull pre-approval, so you can get more kind of tailored. Because if I can see it, then we can more customize it for your own plan. So always remember the elite credit system. If you want that attention and customization, that's where you can get it. Here, I can ask general questions, but if I don't see the details, I can just give you my best summary of the situation.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So the links that we're leaving here is to the elite credit system if you would like to become an elite member. Also, we have the quick guide website where you can get our DIY bundle. That's if you want to be more hands-on with yourself. And also you can ask your questions there if you have any questions that we did not get to. So again, we'll be here next Saturday. We'll be able to answer your questions there too as well. And you can always shoot us an email if you have a question that was not answered. So
And
thank you
before
guys.
you guys head out, make sure you hit the like button for us on the way out, and it'll spread out the live to other people. And me and Diamond, thank you guys from the bottom of our heart. it's a little surprising, 29 people here watching. So we really appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes.
We love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. And the live will be up after this too, if you're just coming in or if you missed a lot of the conversation.
And keep dropping your questions even
Yes.
after the live, and we can respond.
Yes. Thank you
All right.
guys.
Thank
All right.
you.
Have a wonderful night.
Good night. Bye-bye.